Hello, 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 hello. Hello, people.
Today we're talking about all of the differences.
All of the differences.
Okay, not all of the differences. There are way too many differences.
Hello, hola, it's Yonny and Kayla. Hola, hello from the DR of Buffalo.
We are very different people.
Really different people.
So we just wanted to go over some of the main differences between us, but also the most important similarities that we do share. Before we get into our differences, we just wanted to really quickly share why it's so important to acknowledge our differences and talk about them. Like for us, we don't talk about our differences with other people, but it's important that we discuss them.
With each other, exactly.
But also for me, like the most important thing was acknowledging the differences and not trying to change you. Like not trying to change each other. Compromising, but not like expecting you to change to do what I do, or you expecting me to be more like you.
Oh, that's a very bad, that is to be out of boundaries.
Oh yeah, that has to do with the boundaries.
Yeah.
Like I am me, you are you. We are different. But at the same time, we have to like find a way to work together.
Exactly.
And be a team.
Yeah, and also there are like some things that we have that is wrong. That are the things that we have to focus and change, not our way to be.
Yeah. So these things are not things that we have to change. These things are just differences.
Yeah, are just differences.
And it's okay. First of all, our physical differences. I am very pale. And you are not too pale.
I am not pale. I'm a black man.
And that affects us living in the Dominican Republic because a lot of people make comments when we walk in the street and they'll call us coffee and milk even though we don't drink coffee.
Exactly. And also it's not something that is very common here.
Yes, people are not used to seeing a couple from different countries.
It is not too common, and that caught attention a lot.
Yeah, the other day, we were driving down the street and a police officer shouted and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you to jail because you have a gringa." And I don't. And I was like, "Really? Really?" So then you went and you walked over there by yourself and he said it again to you.
Yeah, but this time he was saying it joking.
Okay. I feel like when people know us, they don't make comments. It's the people who don't know us. Another difference is that I am a woman. You are a man. We have very different brains.
Oh,
very different brains. Also different, like, strength. Like, the water is hard. It's hard for me to pour the water into the jug. That's your job.
We're called to do different things, obviously, and the Bible is clear about that.
We have different roles, different jobs.
Yeah, different roles and different jobs.
You have the strength jobs.
Yeah, and
I do not.
Yeah, well, you're the brainy one. I'm not good like in many things that you are good in many.
Yeah, that's why we're a team.
Yeah.
Another difference is that my head is really big and yours is small, but yours is normal and mine is just really big. And the only way that really affects us is because we just can't share hats. I have to order hats, extra large hats from Amazon, and then you have to get small hats.
They're really small hats. I had a really tiny helmet for the motorcycle, and
it did not fit my head. Oh my goodness.
I was like, what the?
And the helmet that we have now, you have to put a hat on your head because it doesn't fit you.
No, it's too big for my head.
But also, in pictures, my head just looks really big sometimes.
Because it is.
Okay. Another one.
And my eyes are big.
Oh, another difference that we've been having trouble with lately. We have not figured this one out yet. You have big lips and my lips are small. And sometimes when we kiss, it's a little bit hard.
I do not gonna say the first time we kiss each other. Oh no, I won't say that.
When we figure that one out, we'll let you know. Another one is that you have a lot of energy and I don't, which is a good thing though, because then when we have kids, you'll be able to play with them and like let me rest, because I'm gonna need to rest. Also, our age difference. I totally forget about our age difference, to be honest, because
Me too.
I feel like we're the same maturity level, like spiritually and just in general. But yeah, I am 28 and Mariano is 23.
Yeah, so you're 5 years older than I do.
Yeah.
But
At first, when we first met, I just was like, I'm too old for you, but now I don't even think about it.
actually, the first time I thought you were my age.
Oh, when we first met, you thought I was 21.
Yeah, I literally thought that she was my age. I was like, okay, but when she told me, I was
And
like,
then we started talking, and I was like, I'm too old for you. But I'm not.
that sounds ridiculous now.
I know, it does. And also, it's a good thing, because if women live longer, then maybe we'll die at the same time. Moving on to the mental differences. So our love languages are very different. But I think that we both have physical touch for our love language, but mine is more spending time and talking.
Timing.
And yours is more physical touch.
Mine is really physical, like a lot physical.
So it was definitely
Way too much physical.
It was definitely helpful to do that quiz. Like, I remember when we were dating, I gave you that quiz to see what your love language was. And it was definitely helpful, because sometimes I don't feel love from you when you're doing all these other things, but you're not doing my love language. Or like the same thing for you. Like, if I'm not doing your love language,
Then
sometimes you don't feel love.
No, actually I don't. I feel alone.
Yeah. So that's why, hey.
When she doesn't want to hug me.
When do I not want to hug you? There have been 0 times when I have not wanted to hug you.
I think I said it bad. I think I said it wrong.
You mean if I'm busy and you can't hug me?
Or like you're not used to that and you just like forget about it. So I have to look for you.
Okay.
To remind you.
Yeah, I need to be better about that. Another difference is that I love planning and I love organizing, and you do not. So that's just something that I do, and I can't expect you to do that. Like, I like organizing, so I will organize, and I try not to put that on you. The next couple differences have to do with culture. So I am from the U.S., I'm from Buffalo, New York. I'm from a place that's very cold most of the year.
Cold, and the people are very neat over there.
Yeah, and so you're from the Dominican Republic. It's very hot here. In the United States, people are more busy. People work a lot harder all the time.
And take everything serious.
And they don't really relax. But in the Dominican Republic, it's more relaxed.
Yeah.
People take their time with things. And one is not better than the other.
Exactly.
Like, I don't think that the U.S. is busy working hard all the time. I don't think that's a good thing.
No, it's not.
But I don't think it's a good thing to relax too much either.
Exactly.
Another one was like, I'm just always early to things and you were late.
And sometimes every time when we have to go to some place, Kayla's like, come on, we have to go.
We have to go.
And then I'm like, relax, take it easy. And
But you get distracted also a lot.
I know. I mean, unless it's Dominican, we are like that. So.
Another one is the U.S. is very individual, and it's like, you succeed, whatever it takes, you need to do what you need to do. And here, family is most important. And I love that.
Absolutely. And team?
Yes, people work together here. People help each other
A lot.
all the time. All right, another big difference is that we speak different languages. And it definitely helped that you learned English, before we met, and I think it helps
that was good.
Yeah, and I think it helps that I am an English teacher, so I know how to talk to my students who don't speak English and like simplify English a lot. And so that's helped us this far. But I am trying to learn Spanish, which is taking me a long time.
She's getting really better.
But also,
you saw that video, pica pollo.
But also, you are getting a lot better with English. And so it does help that we are both growing in both languages so that we can communicate better. But I think that the only challenge I would say for the language difference for us is that we misunderstand each other. We understand wrong sometimes.
Oh yeah,
because
that happens a lot.
You'll say something in English and it doesn't mean what you think it means.
Yeah, exactly.
And you mean it a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
But that doesn't happen too much. And we just have to talk about it.
Like, we need to talk about it, yeah. Sometimes I stay very surprised. I'm like, why did you know that was a bad word or something like that? Or what I said didn't make sense.
Yeah.
How it didn't make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I stay like, what?
Yeah.
But it's just that. But for you,
yeah,
it's something. It means something like, I'm like, okay, and then I understand once we talk about it.
And also, I think we just need to have a lot of patience, which is something that I am choosing. Like, I'm learning to choose patience, and that's how you get better. Like an exercise, like the more you choose patience, the stronger you get with it. It's not something that just happens. Like, if you ask God for patience, it's not just going to be like,
well, patience. No. It's, we have the Holy Spirit, and we, like, have the patience. We just have to, like, develop it.
Yes. You know, and so being from different countries and having so many differences, I feel like has improved both of our patience a lot.
Absolutely. We need.
And we still need it. We still have a long way to go, but I feel like we are
getting better, way better.
And one last thing about the languages, when we watch movies, we just have to take turns. Like, we'll usually watch it in Spanish and then watch it in English and take turns.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm too tired and I can't read the English subtitles.
Then we put it in English.
Yeah. Or if it's a movie that I've seen before, but you haven't, then we'll watch it in Spanish.
Well, yeah.
But we have to do the Latin American Spanish because the Spain Spanish is like...
It's like...
way different.
Like another language. And also England English, I don't understand it like too much.
It's a good thing I'm not from England. Alright, the last group of differences are with our past. We both come from different families. Like, my family are just my parents and my brother, but for you...
It was just my mother.
Yeah. And your stepbrother, but he's way older than you, so he wasn't really...
Yeah, he was like more like my dad. He was more like my dad.
And also, I was cheated on in the past, and you were not. So I feel like that affected us at the beginning of our relationship. Just because I didn't trust you, and there were a lot of things that I needed to work through in order to...
Yeah, and I didn't want to accept your past.
Yeah. And now, the 3 similarities that we share that matter the most. And I think these 3 things go above. Like, they trump all of our differences.
I appreciate it.
Similarity number 1. God is the most important in both of our lives. He was the most important before we met.
And after
we both, and still.
Still.
But when we met, we had already been growing with God and walking with God for many years.
Yep.
And it would have been different if I had been following God for many, many years, and my faith was strong, and my relationship was strong, and then you just met God.
Yeah, or either
that
way.
wouldn't, I don't think it would work.
No, it would not. No, it would not work.
So we were at the same place, not the exact same place, like sometimes I'm stronger, sometimes you're stronger, and we help each other, but it wasn't like I was at a totally different level. Sometimes I think you're stronger than me.
Sometimes I think you're stronger than me.
Yeah. And then similarity number 2, We agree about our finances and money. We both want to save. We both want to use our money wisely. We both want to give money to the church every week. And so we're on the same page with that. And I think we disagree sometimes, but we'll talk about it. And we haven't fought about that. Like, we don't fight or argue about that.
About money?
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, I have no right to fight about it because, like, I know how I am with money. All what I want to do is really save it. I don't know how to spend it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that. I mean,
but
I
you
rather,
want to save it.
Yeah, I want to save it and use it for what we really most need.
Similarity number 3 is that we agree about a family. We both want a family.
Absolutely.
We both want children. And also, I like that we look at our families and we know what things we like about it and what things we don't like. And we know things that we want to do differently, like things that we don't want to repeat. Mistakes that we see in our families that we don't want to repeat with our children. So just being aware of those things.
Yeah,
and then deciding what we want for our family.
Yes, and also we believe the family have been made for God, by God, and we both are agree that we are the most important to each other, more important than anything in this world, a part of God. Like anything else is more important than my wife, and so like we truly believe that. And
I hope that stays the same. Like we'll have to constantly remind ourselves, like when we have children and when things come up, we need to remember that.
To remember that we are more important than anything.
Yeah.
That could sound rude, but even more than our kids. No kids, no money, no finance, no
family,
no family, no friend, no many other things that come to this world. Nothing. No fun, no technology, nothing. Like, and we truly believe it because I truly believe it. You know, and the Bible says it. Say it clear. Like when for example, the parent have a baby or a kid, the kid will grow up, and then when they grow up, they get married, and now they don't belong to their parents anymore. They belong to their wife or their husbands.
Yeah.
So,
and then they're a new family.
And then there's a new family. They're a new family.
So this past year, being married, I think the things that have helped us the most are putting God first, and then putting each other first.
Yeah.
Above everything else.
Above everything else.
And protecting our marriage, like guarding it, protecting it.
Yeah.
Above everything else.
You know, like every marriage should have something where to be strong. You know, something where to
hold on to.
Yeah, hold on to. First is God.
Yeah.
And then there's other things. There's like a thought, a belief. What I mean is that belief that we are more important than anything. I mean,
anything else.
Than anything else. Okay? This is my strength. This is what God really put in my heart. God let me know, He put in my heart. My wife is the most important than anything else in this whole world.
I appreciate that. What's more important than the differences are our similarities. And God is the only reason we're together. God is the reason that we are here. God is the reason for everything.
For everything. We even know that we are sinners and we fail, but...
Yeah. Till next time.
Peace out.
I'm doing fine. So ease your worried mind. Sit back and close your eyes. Yeah, this land is a paradise, and the people are so very nice. I'm happier than I've ever been in my whole